Welcome to Tips and Tricks and when are we? Tuesday. What time is it? 2 o'clock. What are we doing? Tips and tricks. All right. Welcome. We are going to start with a quick reminder right back over here, Becky. For anybody who has not yet signed up for the ruler work class and would really like to, this is your last day because class is tomorrow. For those of you who are interested in participating in the quilt challenge, we've still got some fabric and therefore space for you to join us. We would love for you to participate in our Back to Basics quilt challenge. And just as a side note, for those of you who are getting ready and doing things, we are going to start taking, I want you to keep everything secret and surprise worthy until March 16th, and that's when we're going to start taking admissions by photograph. By the end of March, that last day of March, we'll close that up again, and then we'll announce the winners on April 15th, Tax Day, which will really be Back to Basics Quilt Challenge Winners Day. So, come and join us on that one. To that point, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you today about how to improve the accuracy of your piecework. Last time we discussed how improving your cutting would help a lot with your piecing. Today, we're going to talk about piecing. So, sit down with me here at the machine. Now, obviously, Becky, can you back up so we can talk about body a little bit? Okay, this is not my station. It's not set up for my body height according to where the chair and the table and my arms, because I'm at the shop. At your house, I want you to be really conscious about the level of your sewing machine and where your comfort is. Because I know that's not direct, like you're thinking, I thought you were going to talk to us about accuracy. I am, because when your body can be relaxed, you are going to do better work. If you're feeling tension across your shoulders, chances are you may be working too high or too low. If you're scrunching forward because it's too low, you're going to get low back pain. People who are hurting are not going to do as accurate work as people who are relaxed and comfortable. If the chair you have at home is cruddy and you're not able to sit, so we should have a proper 90-degree angle. Your feet should be able to rest flat on the floor, neither up nor doing this like squatty thing. So personally, I would like this chair. Well, this chair is probably pretty good for me. But that's why most ergonomic chairs are going to be able to take you up and down. You also want enough cushion that your buns don't go numb. But you don't want so much fluff that your body is unsupported. If your chair at home stinks, come and see us. Let's get you a new chair. Let's get you set up for quilting that you can actually do long term. All right? Your quilting table. What you're wanting to set up is a situation where your surface is easily within your 90-degree angle. So really, this might be a little bit high for me where I'm going to be working today. Probably this position would be a little more comfortable, but I'm making a trade-off because my back is very long. The other thing I want to check is line of sight. If I get up too high with my line of sight, on the Bernina particularly, I lose the vision of all of these that are tucking away, and I also will start to do this. The more I do this, the less comfortable I'm going to be, and I'm not going to be able to stay at it quite as long. So you're trying to get yourself so that your head can be upright and straight, so that you're neither tucking nor looking up nor scrunching forward. Neutral position, stack your spine. Okay? All of that is going to give you better form. The other thing is, get up close to your machine. Like, you don't have to be doing this, but don't feel like you have to keep your machine at arm's length either. Give yourself a comfortable position and a comfortable, so that view-wise and arm-wise you're doing good. All of that is ultimately going to help you be a better quilter. no matter what kind of machine or chair you're sitting in. And don't be afraid to like put things up on risers or down or whatever you need to do. Okay, the other thing, while we're sitting at the machine and talking about the machine that's going to help your accuracy, is make sure you've got a good needle, a needle that has been changed recently. If you've been running your needle a long time, that point down in there could be dull. A dull needle is going to get pushed back and forth and around the fibers. It's not going to give you a straight, beautiful seam. So if you're seeing that your machine is starting to skip stitches, if you see that it's starting to do this little herky-jerky thing, the possibility that the best place that I start is by changing my needle. A sharp needle is going to pierce through the fibers, not be pushed around by them. And so I brought, Becky, let's just look at needles for just a second. We're going to do a quick little, how do I read needles and how do I know which needle I need to get? Sharps, as they're advertised, have a very sharp point. We're talking aerodynamic. We could fly to the moon on these guys, okay? Please look up here. You've got these numbers 60, 70, and 80. Those are an indication of size. The bigger the number, the larger the size. 60s and 70 sharps are going to be your friends for really fine, gauzy-like fabrics that the fibers can't tolerate being shoved around very much. 70 is going to be the lighter weight stuff, like lawn, that has a little more body to it. But 80 is where most of our time in quilt land is going to be spent. The difference between, let's look at, now we've got, so see the 75? 75 is just a little bit finer than 80. We'll come back to that in just a second. Universal quilting sharps. This quilting is specifically referring to when you're going through all the layers of the fabric, the batting and fabric again. It is shaped with a slightly larger eye than the sharp and the universal, and a kind of more elongated taper than the universal, but not as elongated as the sharp. What do you care about that? Can you use this for piecing? Yes, you can use it for piecing. It will work fine. But it's specifically designed to push through all of those multiple layers, allowing the thread to pass through unmarred. The universal is the midway point. Honestly, I spend most of my time on my machine with a universal needle on. So if that's what you've got, it's going to be great. The quilting needle is a little bit finer because that allows it to work through all of those layers of fabric batting fabric more comfortably. It's a little smaller to punch through. So make sure that you've got a good needle. Titanium universal needles just mean that they are built out of a more robust material so that the point should last you longer. That's why that's there. It's also why it costs a little bit more. Well, how much more does it cost? That's your price difference. Okay? All right. So we've decided that we're going to change needles. Come on over and look. For the sake of ease, we're going to take the foot out of the way. And I want to introduce you to this fun little tool, which looks like this guy in the package. And there's your price on that. Okay, so we're going to pull the thread out. It's got this little hole right here that allows me to come all the way up and support the needle so I don't accidentally drop it down into my machine workings. So we're going to pull the needle out. It's hard to do while keeping the hands out of your way. Okay, so needle comes out. Then we're going to bring our new needle in. For those of you who've never changed your needle, your machine's screaming. Did you hear Marcia? She's right. If you've never changed your needle, your machine is crying. Flat back and round back. The flat back goes to the back and it just slides right back in there. with my tool. Sorry, Becky, I keep getting in your way. Did you see it's magnetic? I can't lose it. Haha, this is why it's a fun tool, you guys. Okay. There, in we go. Tighten it down. And it should push all the way up until it can't anymore. If you leave your needle so that it's too long, you will damage things on the inside. You will have to come visit Izzy, and Izzy will say, I can fix it. But you will be thinking, so make sure the needle's pushed all the way up high. The other fun thing about this tool, see the cute little heart? Oh, it's adorable. This is a needle threader, a machine needle threader. You don't have a machine that has a needle threader? Well, you can do it. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the heart. We're going to draw the thread. See how it's resting between my little prongs? I'm going to look at the heart. I'm going to press it gently against the needle. There's a little prong that comes out. See that guy?
Wait, I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
All right, and then see the little prong? That's what's going to actually push the thread through. So, back through, against the needle with the prong just touching, draw it down gently. When you feel that you're at the eye of the needle, push. Becky, can you show them how it's coming all the way through the back?
Yep.
Okay, then release gently so that that loop stays there. Grab the loop and pull it on through. So fun! Automatic needle threader if your machine didn't come with one. Okay, so all of that was just to say, if your needle is sharp, you're gonna have a better seam. With the better seam, you're gonna be able to piece more accurately. You know what else is gonna help you piece more accurately? If you know where your 1/4 inch actually is. So, to that point, I grabbed my friend here, and I'm going to look at, let's get this foot out of the way so you can see it too. I'm going to gently, gently bring my needle down, and I'm going to see that my 1/4 inch is exactly like it's just inside those feed dog edges. I should have brought a pointer. Okay. Oops. Okay, so see, just inside the feed dog. So I can lay, let's switch sides. See if you can get on it better. Okay, hold on guys, I'll get my hands out of the way in a second. Okay, so if I've been using the outside edge of my foot as my 1/4 inch, I need to find out if that's really the 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna lay my ruler down. I'm gonna gently bring my needle down to see if it's on the point, which you guys can't see, you'll just have to trust me. And I notice that I'm actually in underneath. See how the ruler is underneath the foot? So it's not at the edge of the foot. Easy solution number 1. Switch feet. Actually, let's come down here. It'll probably be easier for you to see. Okay, so we've got, for the Bernina, the number 57 and the number 37 foot. Let's look at it really quick. If you do not have a Bernina machine, there are other feet that are available to you that are going to do the same sort of thing. What we are looking at is a foot that's going to help you keep the 1/4 inch. So this one is the first one, and you can see that it's just got the edge. So the idea is that I should be able to put this guy in position, and I should be able to lay my ruler down, and I should be able at the 0 position to bring it down so that we're right there. Okay, so now you can see that it's actually lining up with the edge of the foot. I don't know if you can see it so much, but I can definitely feel that it's flush. Sometimes though, it's hard to keep my eye on that. So this one, do you see how that little edge actually sits just under against the ruler edge? It's like bowling with bumpers. I prefer this kind that has the little guard on the end. And this kind of 1/4 inch foot with guard is available in non-Bernina feet as well. Okay, so now that we have checked out our machine, we've used our ruler, we found out that our 1/4 inch really is a 1/4 inch, we're gonna test it. Because our eye can trick us on the edge of things. So what I have here is a 1.5 inch strip, a 1.5 inch strip, I forgot to turn on my timer, and a 1.5 inch strip. That means I should have a 1 inch strip in the middle when I'm done. So I'm gonna lay these guys together. I'm gonna run my test right here. I'm gonna back up. And I brought this very important little piece. Do you know what this is? It's a leader. Especially when you're working on angled things or arced things, having a leader is gonna help you a lot. It's gonna give a foundation for the stitches to get started on, so I'm just gonna random sew. Here we go. Oops. Okay, random stitch. Now, I will be able to continue forward, and my foot is lifted up just the dimension of a couple of layers of fabric, which is pretty much what I've got here, and that's gonna make that transition smooth and comfortable, and I'm not gonna get this edge jammed down into the interior of the machine, so like it's not gonna shove down. So if you've been having a problem with this front edge getting eaten into the bobbin, use your leader scrap, and that will help save you a great deal of trouble. Okay, so we're just gonna see my little tiny edge of green. Let's scoot it over so it's invisible. Okay.
There's no cutter on this machine.
On the outside edge.
Yeah. No, there is.
Okay, see how strong I am, you guys? So strong. Okay, so we're gonna look at this, and I'm gonna open it up. Actually, we're gonna lay it right here. Can you see well enough? Where'd it go? There it is. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check, is that really a 1/4 inch seam allowance? And my instinct might be to lay my ruler against the edge of my fabric, but the problem, what happened?
What happened? We're all pink.
Hey, are you guys seeing pink?
It's like you're on halt.
Just finish.